Pacer Nation, welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice Pacers. The Indiana Pacers fall to the Boston Celtics by a score of 129 to 124. Tightly contested game right until the end, till the final whistle. This is a game that the Indiana Pacers come in. You get Tyrese Halliburton back in this game. But the Boston Celtics start off extremely hot, especially in the second quarter, where they score 45 points in total, 36 and 45 in the first two quarters alone. And so the Celtics were just on fire to start that game. And the Pacers were hanging around. They had 66, at halftime, but they were still down by a good chunk heading into halftime. And then the Pacers had a strong third quarter, 37-point third quarter, where they outscored the Celtics 37 to 25, kind of brought them back into that game. At one point, we're down 3. And then at the end of the game, the Celtics did just enough to hang on to a victory. The Pacers nearly come storming back, nearly take a victory in Boston against a team, I would say, arguably the best team in the NBA right now in the Boston Celtics. The Pacers, with just getting Tyrese Halliburton back, didn't play a good chunk of the minutes, only 22 minutes for him tonight. We kind of knew that he would be limited going into this game, and you do wonder, man, if Tyrese was at full strength, could that game have been different, down the stretch to end that? But overall, a disappointing loss because it was so close, and you did make that comeback. But you think right now, man, the Pacers, they're right there with the Boston Celtics, and they really, I thought, despite the fact that Boston looked like they might run away with it, in the first half after they were up by so much and virtually couldn't miss a shot, it was really awesome to see the Pacers come storming back and show life and show that they're never truly out of this thing. We saw them do this a couple nights ago against the Phoenix Suns, where they actually completed the comeback. And so no matter what happens with this Pacer squad, they are always fighting to the whistle. They're always fighting until the final whistle, and you can never truly count them out until the game is officially over. And so you're just thinking, man, Tyrese, obviously it sucks that he didn't play, as much as you would hope that he would play. I mean, again, he just is coming back from that injury. He's missed a lot of time with it, missed the last 5 games. He's missed in total, I believe, 10 games in the last, 12 or whatever, something like that. So he missed a lot of time as of recently. And so obviously you want him to be out there, but at the same time, there is that injury management where you don't want him to re-aggravate something. So it's just one of those things where it's like a tough loss. But again, if Tyrese Halliburton in the long term is, fully ready and fully better, and this doesn't re-injure him, and this doesn't make it worse and make him have to miss even more time, as much as it sucks, it's like you'll take it. You'll take it if you're the Pacers. But again, in this game, the Pacers overall felt like it was a good range of guys scoring for them. I mean, leading the charge tonight, Aaron Nesmith, 26 points, 41 minutes for him, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 11 of 17 shooting, field goals, 4 of 7 beyond the arc. Really strong performance from him. Great to see Nesmith continuing to come into his own in a lot of different ways. Second on the team was Pascal Siakam. He had 23 and 6. With 2 assists as well. He was 9 of 16 shooting. He shot and attempted one 3-pointer, and he was good on that one. And then he was perfect from the free throw line, which is something that we saw with Pascal Siakam. It feels like the last couple games he's played with the Pacers, he always seems to miss at least a couple. So it's good to see him being perfect from the line in that department. Miles Turner, 17 points for him, 5 rebounds. Not a great shooting night for Miles Turner overall. 7 of 18 shooting, 2 for 7 from 3-point range, and only 1 of 7 on his free throw attempts. So definitely a forgettable game for him. Talked about Tyrese Halliburton already. Out of the 5 starters, definitely was the guy who had the least amount of minutes, only 22 minutes for him, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, so still gets a double-double out of all of it. But again, 5 of 16 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3-pointer, didn't make both of his free throw attempts. So just shaking off the rust a little bit for Tyrese Halliburton for sure. But, definitely encouraging to see him out there, and you just think it's going to take some time with him to get back to where he was and, just continue to knock that rust off. but good to see him out there providing that spark for the Indiana Pacers. Now, some guys off the bench that I thought performed really well tonight when you look at it. Andrew Nembhard, 28 minutes for him, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 of 13 field goal attempts, only 1 of 5 from three-point, but he did make both of his free throws. Obi Toppin, another pretty good performance from him, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 11 shooting, field goal percentage, and 1 of 4 from the three-point attempt. Jalen Smith finished on 21 minutes, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 6. He was 0 for 3 shooting from beyond the arc. Shepard as well logged 12 minutes, did not record any points, but had 2 rebounds, and he was 0 of 2 shooting as well. So, I mean, you look at it, and I often ask myself in this game, why is Jalen Smith attempting these threes? I mean, it feels like there's a couple times per game where Jalen Smith attempts a three, and you're like, dude, you're a big man. Like, you're a power forward, and he doesn't really have a lot of success shooting from beyond the arc. But again, good to see Nembhard putting in some solid minutes. Obi Toppin, he had some nice moments as well. So you got a good amount from those two guys off of your bench. So you love to see that. But ultimately, it wasn't quite enough, with how hot the Celtics got at one point. I mean, they were just absolutely lighting it up. I mean, from Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, White was continuing to hit these three-pointers. He attempted 7 3-pointers in this game. He connected on 4 of them. I think it feels like the first 4 were in that first half. He was hitting every single three-point attempt he took at one point. Porzingis added 17 points, 12 rebounds. He had a really good day. Drew Holiday, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. So, I mean, all of their starters really, really contributed well. I mean, you look at the starters for the Celtics, they got so much from their starters, they didn't need all this from their bench. The only guy on their bench that scored near double digits was Hauser. He had 9 points in this game. So the starters for the Boston Celtics were just lighting it up shooting today. I mean, my goodness, if you just look at, kind of the recap and you look at some of the stats just as a team for Boston, I mean, they shot 54% field goal, 47% three-point attempts, and you just think, man, Boston is just that good. Like, they just got so many weapons offensively and so many ways where they can attack you. It's crazy, man. So for the Pacers to hang in there, despite having Tyrese on a minutes count, despite not having a guy like Benedict Mathurin in this game, who you wonder how big could he have been in moments, I feel like the Pacers put up a good fight. Again, it's good to see them competing against some of these really good teams, despite being some shorthanded right now, and we'll see how this works moving forward for the Indiana Pacers. But overall, guys, yeah, it's a bummer that the Pacers lost, but hey, they were competitive right to the end with the best team in the NBA. So you think they get, Tyrese back fully healthy, they get Benedict back fully healthy, and a couple of these other guys who I know were questionable going into this game get back to full health. How dangerous can this Pacers team truly be? Because definitely seems like Pascal Siakam is really getting comfortable. I mean, I think right now he's been the best player on the floor consistently night to night, with Tyrese Halliburton being out or being limited as of recently. So overall, very encouraged where the Pacers are going. And again, we'll see how they continue to go, and we'll see how they continue to grow as a unit as well. And if they can get back to full health, can they go on a run here? So it will be interesting to see. Let me know your guys' thoughts overall on the Pacers loss in Boston, which, by the way, Boston extremely good at home this year. Let me know your thoughts overall on this Pacers loss. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, go Pacers.